A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back in the Jfsc Societies Premier League. It is the Titanium Finals today, and it is the Marina Marvels up against the Crescent Bay Slackers. And well, the toss was won by the Marina Marvels, and they elected to field first. But the Crescent Bay also wanted to bat first, so it shouldn't matter to either side. The Crescent Bay think that they can restrict the opposition below 150, and on the other hand, the Crescent Bay hoping that they will get somewhere around 180, as mentioned by the captains Sunny and Marvel. And this time right through, what an excellent start! It's Sunil Yadav with an early breakthrough, a duck on the fifth delivery. What an excellent delivery! An absolute jab for that one, and going right through the batter, and an early one down for the Crescent Bay Slackers. So an excellent start this for the side winning the toss, and well, not for one. After the first five deliveries, they would be wanting to add a few runs here inside this power play. An excellent delivery straight back to the bowler. So a maiden wicket for Sunil Yadav to start off in this Titanium Finals, and at the end of the first over, it is not for one. So Mukul Tyagi continuing his pace, and what an excellent delivery once again. Sunil Kapoor on strike for the first time in this game, and still nothing on the board out here for the Crescent Bay. And once again, an excellent delivery. Well, just wanting to push that one through the offside, but not quite able to get bat on ball at the moment. It's all happening out here for the Crescent Bay. This time he gets back to ball, but straight to the fielder. And this time just past the outside edge. Well, still nothing on the board. So one more delivery left in the second over. And Mukul Tyagi, well, are we going to see back-to-back maiden overs out here for the Marina Marvels? Well, Sunil Kapoor, he's played 5 dot deliveries in this over. And this time played nicely towards the third man region, and it's in the gap. So a boundary, finally, first runs out here for the Crescent Bay. And it's come off the bat of Sunil Kapoor. It's in terms of a boundary. So at the end of the second over now, it is 4 for 1 for the Crescent Bay. So Sunil Yadav, after that maiden wicket, continuing and once again played towards the third man region, and this time straight to the fielder. So a single taken, and both the batters now off the mark. Sagar Sinha getting his first one just on a second delivery. Well, it is a slow start this for the Crescent Bay, but they would be wanting to build from here on once again. The first run conceded by Sunil Yadav, and once again it's on to the pads. This time flicked away on this leg side for a single, taking that quick single in. And this time a thick outside edge, and once again gone straight to the fielder out there at third man. Tyagi collecting that one, and a single taken. Once again it struck the pad, a huge appeal, but definitely angling down the leg side. So one more delivery left in this over, and once again just pushed on this offside and straight to the fielder. So at the end of the third over now, it is 8 for 1. Once again, an excellent delivery. Mukul Tyagi continuing here in this fourth over. Well, they have not just allowed the opposition to get away here, the batting side. 3.1 overs in, only 8 on the board. It's a very slow start. Well, 2.5 more overs left inside this power play. Once again, wanting to pick that one through the offside. Once again, past the outside edge. Once again, played straight to the fielder on this leg side. Well, the pressure keeps on building out here. And this time he's beaten the fielder inside the circle. And the third man was extremely fine, and the ball just trickles away to the fence. Well, a much needed boundary on that occasion. They need plenty more of those. That's the second boundary of this innings. And both have come off the bat of Sunil Kapoor, who is now moved on to 10 of 13. Another swing and a miss. So just 4 of the over so far. 4 dot deliveries and that boundary. That boundary also coming off a misfield by the fielder out there at backward point. Well, one more delivery left in this over now, and Mukul Tyagi, he's given away just 8 in his 1.5. They are keeping things nice and tidy out here. Once again, a change in the field where he's wanting to play that one behind square through the offside. So they have pushed the backward point fielder back out there at the boundary line. So a third man and deep backward point now inside this power play. And a thick outside edge. And once again, straight to the fielder out there at third man. Once again, Tyagi collects that one. And a single to end the over. 5 come off it at the end of the fourth. Now it is 13 for 1. 4 overs in, 13 for 1. And chance of a run out of the bowler's end, and he will definitely short of his crease. Sunil Kapoor departs while the pressure kept on building and wanting to take that quick single, putting that risk in, and departs. 13 for 2. And right on top here now, the Marina Marvels. Well, Sunil Kapoor has scored 11 of the 13 runs out here, but now departs. Well, it has been superb out here by the Marina Marvels so far. So 13 for 2, and in comes Vikas Pal at number 4. Well, but he will be at the non-strikers end. This time hit hard and a bit of a misfield, and they get across for a single. So for the first time we will see Vikas Pal, Pal on strike. So the first extra of this innings, and it's been bowled by Anish Shetty in this 5th over, given as a wide by the umpire. Well, asking the batter to fetch at that one, beautifully bowling that. This time driven on the offside for a single, and Vikas Pal gets off the mark of his very first legitimate delivery. And once again just past the outside edge, almost getting the third there. So one more delivery left in this over. Once again things neat and tidy. And he drives it, and good bit of fielding. He's kept it down to just 1. So at the end of the 5th over now, it is 17 for 2. Once again 4 of the over. So once again straight to the fielder. It's Hardik Desai continuing here. again just pushed back to the bowler. Well, excellent stuff this by the Marina Marvels. Winning the toss, electing to field first. Seems like they've come out in a really different mood out here today. Once again, wanting to drive and just past the outside edge. And the once again just pushed and getting across with a quick single, and they make it in the end. So the fielding restrictions have been uplifted. 5 fielders allowed outside the inner ring. So now there is a deep extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep square leg. So everyone in front of square out there at the boundary line, and with the wicketkeeper right above the stumps, you would expect that, and you would expect the batter to play in front of square itself. Once again a big swing, wanting to play that one inside out. And once again a huge appeal, and he cannot believe it that it's given not out the wicket keeper. Well, superbly bowled once again by Nikunjani. Another dot delivery for him, and the pressure just keeps on mounting at the moment on the Crescent slackers. Once again an excellent delivery, very close to finding the outside edge. Well, it's all happening out here in the favor of the Marina Marvels. This time picked up in the air, and what a good catch! Excellent, expert take that one. He went down on both knees early and still managed to judge that one ever so well and held on to it. Third one gone. The pressure kept on building, and the top order departs here. Sagar Sinha, well, he faced quite a few deliveries but couldn't quite get going, and it's 23 for 3 for the Crescent Bay Slackers. And the new man comes in, and the new man goes back to the pavilion. So Rohan Ranade continues here. This time pushed back to the bowler. Well, they have already got 4 wickets now here. So that single brings Kevin Shah on strike. Kevin Shah, who is an explosive batter. Bowls a wide delivery. Well, left and right hand combination, it should maybe work out here for the batting side. They need a partnership here at the moment, need to stitch it together. They've lost plenty of wickets and not really got going with the bat. And this time cut straight to the fielder. Once again, bit in the air and good bit of fielding, and they get across for a single. So that's his first single. And at the end of the 8th now, it is 31 for 4, the Crescent based slacker. Possible maybe up till the end also. So this time a wide delivery by Nikunj. Well, an outstanding spell so far this for him, 2 for 3 in his 1.1. And he's gone for the big one. It's in the air and will fall just short of the fielder there, and a single taken. So Vikas Pai back on strike. And played straight back to the bowler. Does it have enough? Well, it has just enough. It's gone right through the hands. Well, it was very... There's no point hanging around because the score is not that great at the moment. Going at just 4.5 and over, which will definitely not be enough. And this time cut away. Has it found the gap? Well, not quite. So the fielder does extremely well. It was Mukul, the captain himself on that occasion. And they get across for a single. So one more delivery left in this over. This partnership now worth 17 between the two. And that single also bringing Kevin Shah back on strike. And he's going to come around the wicket. It's in the air. It's stood up. Chance of a catch. And once again, it's gone right through him. That's 2 sixes in this over. Would you believe it? Both the batters being dropped. And Nikunj cannot believe it out there. This time over the long off fielder. Well, it's the same fielder. And the second 6 of the over makes it 46 for 4 now at the end of the 9th. This time played back to the bowler. So 3 consecutive dots. And Kevin Shah, after getting that 6, has been kept quiet. This time a thick inside edge, and once again a single taken. So just the second run of the over. Rohan Ranade, a good comeback this for the team. The Marina Marvels, the previous over being the biggest one of the game. A couple of sixes in that one, 15 coming off it, up against Ninkunj, who wasn't quite happy after taking those couple of wickets. And this time driven, and what a good shot by Kevin Shah, showing the class that he has. Shah, showing the class that he has. Once again through the soft side. And expertly played. That boundary also brings up the 50. 52 for 4 now after 10.2. Well, they might have lost a plenty of wickets, but these two are turning the heat on here. Once again played uppishly, but this time out there towards the fielder at long on, just a single. So Nikunj now for the first time in this over up against Vikas Pai. And once again just pushed on this offside, nothing more than a single. Well, this partnership is now worth 31 between the two. Well, remember the Crescent base slackers will put into bat here by once again played straight to the fielder. So 7 come off that over, and at the end of the 11th now it's 55 for 4. and now he comes over the wicket, and this time played once again towards that leg side, and the fielder does well to stop that one. Just a single, very difficult to get double on that side. Inside the circle on this off. So this is the matchup for Kevin Shah, and this time he plays it through this offside, finds a single towards the long off fielder. And once again beats the batter. So a decent over this by Desai at the end of the 12th. Now it is 65 for 4. So Ravit Tyagi, who put down a couple of chances, comes into bowl, wanting to make immense out here. Starts off with a wide delivery, and now he is going to come around the wicket to the left-hander Kevin Shah. Kevin Shah at the moment 23 of 16, going along nicely, and wanting to nudge that one on the leg side. Couldn't quite get the middle of the bat, almost carrying back to the bowler. So a good delivery by Tyagi. This time driven straight to the fielder, and a bit of a misfield, but won't be costly at all. This partnership now worth 44. How good it has been under pressure. This time played towards the leg side for a single. Once again, Kevin Shaw wanting to big, and well, he's hit his own partner there. That will hurt a little. It is going to sting. Vikas Pai will be in pain. Kevin Shah is a very strong lad, and you wouldn't be wanting to get on the end of that one. So a big wicket of Kevin Shaw finally breaking this partnership out here. The Marina Marvels. Well, that partnership was worth 61, and Kevin Shaw departed for 36. And in is Vikas Pai along with Karan Rangraj, who is yet to get off the mark here. Sunil Yadav, his second wicket, he's bowled superbly so far today, 2 for 5 in his 2.4. The ball is keeping low on that occasion for Kevin Shaw, very unlucky there. And this time driven and straight to the fielder. Another single for Vikas Pai. Well, that partnership was very important for the Marina Marvels to break, and they have finally broken it. And this time an outside edge, and it's gone out towards the fielder, a third man, and a single taken. So at the end of the 15th, now it is 87 for 5. So a big swing and a miss on this occasion by Karan Rangraj, who's got off the mark in the previous over, now wanting to go big. Well, just 4.5 overs more left. And Ravi Tyagi continuing here into his second. He's conceded 6 in his first. This time it struck right in front. Well, the umpire's finger stayed down there. It's another dot delivery. In fact, they got across for a single on that occasion. Not quite a dot delivery, but excellent bowling this by Ravi Tyagi. Once again, a superb delivery. This time played back to the bowler and still getting across for a quick single. Good communication between the two on that occasion. This time played straight down the ground and he's beaten the fielder out there. It's gone away to the fence. Well, an excellent stroke straight down the ground by Karan Rangraj. And that's his first boundary. And this time played back to the bowler. This time it's gone behind square. Chance of a run out. And he's missed it. Or has he? Well, the umpire does not give that one out. The bowler making a total mess of that one. Would you believe it? A lucky escape for Karan Rangraj. Well, at the end of the 16th over now, it is 97 for 5. Well, Nikunjani will continue now into his final over. And he starts off with a wide delivery. He's got a couple of wickets. He got both of them in his very first over. He was on a hat trick for a moment and then gave away 15 all of a sudden in his next with a couple of drop chances. One of them was Vikas Pai, who is still out there at the crease. Another wide delivery. So this time played straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket for a single. Once again, it struck the pad, a huge appeal. Well, a total mix up out there. Both the batters at the same end. And it will be a run out. Well, catastrophe out here. That's the second time that has happened between the two. And one of them has to go. And it seems like there's going to be Vikas Pai who departs. And that could be a big breakthrough. Well, Karan Rangreji did not leave his ground at all. And Vikas Pai was through all the way. And that's 6 down now for the Crescent base slackers. So another wide delivery. Shashank comes in here at number 8. The lower order batter. He needs to toink a few deliveries out of the park at the moment. And once again, he struck the pad, this time slower through the air. An excellent delivery. And he gets another dot. Nikunjani. Well, he's conceded a lot of wides in this over, but still only 7 of the over. And one more to come. And once again hit hard, but this time straight to the fielder. And chance of a run out once again. Well, not quite so. And a single taken by Shashank. At the end of the 17th now, it is 106 for 6. Well, in fact, there's one more delivery left. And Karan Rangraj has played that straight to the fielder at square leg, and this time he's run himself out. Once again, a total mix-up. Well, the running hasn't quite been up to the mark, and it's so it is going to be Vipin to continue now in this 18, and it brings the left-handed Deepain on strike, coming in at number 9, wanting to get some runs out here for the side. So now Vipin is going to come around the wicket to the left-handed Deepain, who is yet to face his first delivery. Here we go then, and it's a wide delivery to start with. Well, that is what happens when there is a left-hand right-hand combination. You try and maintain that, being a batting side. Well, it seems like we have an extra fielder out there behind the wicket keeper. It is more like a fine leg slip. We will need him to move as quickly as possible. At the moment, not quite able to get through with the bat. Another wide delivery. This time in the air, chance of a catch and taken. 110 for 8. Shashank departs. Well, he wanted to keep on swinging at everything. And once again in the air, but will land safely. Well, they are wanting to come back for the second, but deciding against it. and this time a bit of a misfield, but not quite working out. Well, he's given away 6 now in this over with that. Coming over the wicket to the left-hander, and some crucial runs. This time it struck the pad and will be sent back by his partner. Once again played uppishly, will land safely, and well, it's been played ever so well. It's in the gap. An excellent shot by Deepain. Where has that one come from? Coming in here at number 10 and beautifully playing it through the offside, and gets his side into the 120s. Can they get at least another 10 more from here on? Well, it will be something to bowl at. 121 for 9 now with just 7 more deliveries left in this innings. Beautifully bowled on this occasion by Rohan Ranade. And in comes the captain, Sunny Shah, now at number 11. So Sunny Shah plays that one through the gap on the offside and gets off the mark of the very first delivery. And he takes the single, well, a bit risky in the end. He somehow managed to make it. And at the end of the 19th now, it is 122 for 9, the Crescent Bay Slackers. So this time played down the ground for a single by Sunny Shah. A comfortable single on that occasion, and he brings Jubin on strike. And this time cut away, but cut away straight to the fielder. Won't take that single. It would have been a bit risky out there. And this time he's got a wicket for himself. And they are bowled out here, the Crescent Bay Slackers. Well, they were 23 for 4, and then that partnership between Kevin Shah and Vivek Pai. And well, in the end, after being 84 for 5, they are bowled out here for 123, just 39. So we are back here for the chase, and Shashank bowling this very first over. Well, only 123 on the board being put up, and 124 the target for the Marina Marvels. Electing the toss, winning the toss, and electing to field first. And two deliveries in rather, nothing on the board. And this time he's got a sweet connection of that. And have a look at that, it's gone all the way. A six to start the innings for Weapon. Well, after those couple of dot deliveries, straight away says he has had enough and going for the big one, playing that one over the fielder at mid on. Well, excellent ball striking this. This time a low full toss and through the offside. And will that find the fence? Well, not quite so. The fielder does well, and they get a couple of runs. And this time another boundary, this time behind square on this leg side. And straight away starting off here on the front foot. Got 5 wides on the previous delivery and now a 6. Well, what an excellent start this is for the Marina Marvels. They have started off right on the front foot. This time through the leg side. What an excellent, a huge one. At the end of the first now it is 23 without a wicket. And I don't think we have seen a better start than that one by the Marina Marvels. So Sagar Sinha will continue in the second over. And for the first time we will see Siddharth Nair on strike. Well, the Crescent base slackers, they will be happy to see Vipin at the non-strikers. And Vipin at the moment 1806. What an outstanding start for him, striking at 300. Will be interesting to see how do they continue here. This time wanting to drive it on the up through the offside, but into the hands of the wicket keeper. This time an outside edge and it's gone right through the wicket keeper and short third fielder. Well, no slip out there, and unfortunate for the Crescent base slackers and fortunate runs out here for the Marina Marvels. They need less than 100 straight away into the second over. time through the leg side for a single. Well, not quite over the middle of the bat. Once again by Siddharth Nair, but he gets a single nonetheless. And he brings Vipin back on strike. This time off front foot defense. Swiftly and ever so well past the fielder at mid on and a boundary. And this partnership already worth 32 of just 11. And Vipin moves on to 22 now, 22 of just 8 deliveries. Well, 9 have come out this over, and Vipin's intentions are clear. He wants to chase it down as quickly as possible and start the party out here. It's tight in him. And this time played back to the bowler, so a dot delivery for Kevin Shah, a rare one in this inning so far. And this time drives through the offside, finds the gap, but there is protection out there at third man, and a single taken. So Jubin continuing and an outside edge once again into the gap. Well, everything is finding the gap at the moment, and they are continuing to get quick runs out here. At the current run rate, they are going at 18 and over. Well, just 3.98 runs and over required. Just 67 more needed of 101 deliveries, and they are running away with this one out here. The Marina Marvels. Well, we had a delayed start, but it seems like we will have a finish on time here, considering the way these two are playing. And Whippin on 37 now, 37 of 12. And once again, Whippin goes big, but this time he's not quite found the distance, and it's a catch dropped. Well, it was a difficult chance, he couldn't quite judge it, and they get across for a single. This time cut hard, but straight to the fielder. And this time overthrows, and they get across for a single. So a decent over this so far by Jubin in the context of the game. He's conceded just 6. Well, that is what happens. A 6 just unsettling Jubin, and a wide. So one more delivery still to come in this over. And that one delivery won't quite go away to the fence. It's gone straight down back into the hands of the fielder. So at the end of the fourth over now, it is 66 without wicket for Marina Marvels. That is tighter compared to the other bowlers, and total carnage happening out here. Siddharth Naya at the moment 15 of just 8, and Vipin 44 of 16. This time an excellent delivery, a much better length, and they get across for a single. Once again played back to the bowler. So Vipin 44 of 17 now. So a change in the bowling is going to be Jainil Aga to continue in this final over of the power play. And once again, it's gone through this leg side and past the fielder at square leg, and a boundary for Vipin. And Vipin, that's his half century. Well, that might not be the best shot of the night for him, but a boundary nonetheless, and that's his half century in just 20 deliveries. And now exactly 50 more required from here on for the Marina Marvels. And once again, played ever so well through this leg side past the fielder at square leg. The square leg fielder having no chance at all, and back-to-back boundaries for Vipin. So after a tight over, once again we see boundaries. Just 46 more needed now, less than 50 as well. 46 from 88 required, a little over than 3 and over with all 10 wickets intact. Against Jenny Laga, he is going after everything at the moment. It's onto the roof, and a 4, and now a 6. 14 of the over already, and he's got the target down to just 40 more needed from here on. Please, that's gone way back, and there's no chance out there that he will get that ball back. And Vipin 60 of just get that ball back, and Vipin 60 of just 22 deliveries, but is continuing to toing the ball around inside this power play. And it seems like he's going to change his bat, maybe doing a bit of a damage to his bat. That is how hard he has been hitting the ball. And finally they have got one here. Jenny Laga goes right through and Vipin departs. Well, the change of bat working out here for the bowling side. The Crescent base slackers. Well, what an outstanding innings. Well, 124 was always going to be easy, but he's made it ever so easy with that innings inside this power play. And it is 84 for 1 now, getting a standing ovation out there from his teammates. And rightly so in this Titanium finals. Only 4 have come of it. And this time it was the googly and played behind square. Nicely judged there by Siddharth Nair. And the ball, well, it's trickling away to the fence. The chase is on. And the fielder has done just enough. Does well in the end to stop that one. And they get a couple of more runs to the total. So at the end of the 7th over now, it is 98 for 1 and 26 more needed from 13 overs at 2 and over. And in comes Abhishek, and Abhishek plays it straight away down the ground and it's gone away to the fence. Well, in fact, it was Amit Yadav on strike, and a boundary to start this over. Well, the wicket came at the change of the over. Well, not, you wouldn't quite call that a wicket, it was a retired out, but a wicket nonetheless, and a boundary to start off with in this over for Amit Yadav. That boundary also brings up the 100. 102 for 2 now after 7.1. Total carnage out here first 7 overs or so. So just 22 more needed now to win the Titanium finals out here for the Marina Marvels. So the intent is clear out here. Kevin Shah continuing here. This time it's struck the pad and given as a wide by the umpire. Well, a bit surprising. And an extra run added to the total. So won't quite affect the context of the game. 21 more needed now. This time a thick inside edge and almost back onto the stumps, almost chopping it on. And once again played through this leg side. It is Girish who just comes in and just places it ever so well in the gap. And another boundary. Excellent piece of batting this. And just 5 more needed now for the Marina Marvels to be crowned as the Titanium champions here in the Jfsc Societies Premier League season number 3. And once again played ever so well, and this time it's gone all the way, and that will be the winning runs. So Girish just comes in, hits a 4 and a 6, and they have won this game by 7 wickets with 69 deliveries to spare. Would you believe it? And Vipin, well, he's just taken the game away from the opposition. He scored 60 of 22 deliveries, and the Marina Marvels win this game by 7 wickets with 69 deliveries to spare. That's an huge margin in this Titanium finals.